On the last time of Grave of Man, we ended up alerting the attention of numerous guards on the exterior of.
Numerous guards.
Yes, numerous guards. And we were forced back into the fortress, forced to fight our way out. After doing so, we tried to reconvene in the courtyard, and I decided to actually go outside the perimeter of the castle and speak in the guise of another guard with a captain. Skitter was tagging along with me, invisible, as stealthy as he is, being a rogue and all. And while I was being berated for being a lush, among other things, it turns out that both of my companions perished. I should I like explain this as though I was actually witnessing this, because technically
No.
Lauren
Break the
did
fourth
not.
wall.
Okay, break the fourth wall. So, unbeknownst to me, Drez decided to scale the tower that we were directed to eventually reach by Kaldor, who's supposedly captured there. Only it wasn't Kaldor that awaited for him at the top, but none other than the squid-faced sorcerer Hector? Is that correct?
Yes.
Hector.
So actually, there was a retraction. He didn't have a squid face. I just didn't have anything better, so I just picked the most sinister thing I had on hand.
Okay. A squid face. And this was after Drez tried to drop down the drawbridge and was spied upon by just an ominous floating black skull. And he was promptly zapped into oblivion by a lightning bolt and fell several yards down below. In the meantime, Greg was going about. He couldn't enter the sanctuary where my character, Alarin, had been taken. Ah, darn it! I'm speaking about outside. Never mind. In any case, I'm just like, how should I be talking?
What a tragedy.
Sorry.
Oh, the humanity.
And
How are we going to recover from this? My immersion.
sorry. And with little else to do, decided to approach the guards that were in the guardhouse. However, they were much more powerful than they seemed and actually slew him. At which point, well, actually, they didn't slay him then and there. Didn't Gorlar take him captive? Yes, he was knocked out and promptly taken captive by none other than Gorlar. Except Gorlar didn't appear his normal self. The arm that had been severed had regrown, but as some kind of grotesque, would you call it tentacled, gnarled? What would you call it?
It was like a tentacle. Well, shit, I don't even remember. I'd have to go back and rewatch it to give you the proper. But it definitely had like a kind of rubbery, weird look to it.
His skin
I thought he
had
just had
grayed.
like a new arm or something.
It was
But
kind
it
of
was
weird.
a special new arm, though.
His skin had grayed, his hair had whitened, and the markings that were once blue upon his flesh were now an eerie magenta in coloration. He led Greg to a dark chamber where an endless pit, a maw of sorts, writhing with tentacles on all sides, led into an abyss full of stars. And it was there that Gorlar attempted to throw Greg. And try as he might, Greg fled him, only to be locked in by the doors that we couldn't open earlier. Resigned to his fate, after some more cordial conversation, Gorlar... wasn't it that Greg attempted to push Gorlar in, but then Gorlar swung around and pushed Greg in instead?
As usual, Greg completely shat all over any of his strength rolls and rolled, what is it? It was like a 2.
Okay.
Greg tried to escape, hit a dead end. He tried to escape and hit a dead end, and he was like, just kidding. But then he tried to shove him in.
Yep, and was thrown into the pool of stars. At which point, Alarin, in the separate chamber, noticed that she had been left with the priest. However, the priest seemed to be dead already upon arrival. He was wearing a mask with 6 eyes, and something was stirring in the rafters. Suddenly, the rod that she bears, the one that had been acquired from the dead wizard much earlier in the campaign that proved to be a method for teleporting oneself across great distances when linked to magical objects, flashed suddenly with numerous lights, all indicating that Vivi wanted her presence known. So, calling upon Skitter, Alarn and Skitter both teleported to Vivi's location, only to find themselves in the astral plane. Vivi explained that both Drez and Greg were lost to them, except she had been able to recover Dimitri's spirit from some kind of, I don't know. How did she extract his spirit anyway? Did
Plot
Greg...
device, my dear Frodo. Plot device.
Okay. So, with no other form to take, Dimitri has used Gruk?
Yes.
Gruk's body as a new vessel. And they're tasked with building Dimitri a new body of Warforged design. But they will first need materials from the elemental plane of Earth. Andrez's fate is unknown.
No, it's not.
For now.
Drez, you're dying on the
Ah.
ground. Scroll down. You'll find yourself.
Scrolling.
It's a big
That
map.
is the
I'm
head.
sorry. Yeah.
Hello, head.
So you've had a bad day. You decided to
Can I sing a sad song to turn it around?
I can't see it, by the way.
Oh,
Oh, right, we're player. Yeah.
I can.
yeah, you should be able to just scroll around. I turned off line of sight for this one.
I'm stuck in Vivi's lair. I'm not on the same
refresh.
map as y'all.
Refresh.
How?
Just refresh
Sort
the
of black
page.
magic says. No, I mean, I know how to refresh the page.
How do I refresh? I work at Amazon.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, so Drez, you've had kind of a shitty day. You decided, hey, let's go save the guy preemptively so we don't have to go through this whole shitty place. And you got a there we go.
Also known as my genius plan.
You got a lightning bolt to the face,
I thought it was the
followed
chest.
by falling out of the entire I guess tower. It was a couple 100 feet. For all rights, you should be dead, and you're a little bit perplexed as to why you're not. Everything is pain, but as you're kind of laying there, you start to remember, like, some bits and bobs about yourself, like
Your life was flashing before your
yeah,
eyes.
kind of. So, yeah, actually, your life really is flashing before your eyes, and it's kind of a slow trek. And you realize as it's going, a number of these memories aren't familiar to you. They're new, which is, wholly concerning
Hang on, my life's supposed to be boring.
and confusing. Your life has been anything but boring, and you realize with some degree of indignation as you're going through your past experiences that we will probably go through as a flashback episode someday, that you've been misled about what you thought Drez... Shit, what was your last name again?
Blightclaw.
Blightclaw, there we go. Yeah, there.
It's right
Yeah,
on
it's
the
on the
screen.
screen. I was looking over at the right because I'm going to drag a thing out in a little bit. But, you've been led to believe that Drez Blightclaw is kind of a boring dude, but you ate cows for breakfast. Like, that is not something you normally forget.
But
But
flame, whatever, cows.
somewhere along the way, you
Flaming
pissed off a certain warlock, a certain lizard folk warlock who didn't really take to your, eating his private herd or his, his troops or anything like that. And so, as
Are you saying he said there is no cow level?
But the fire-breathing cows.
as a lasting screw you, he turned you into one of his minions and more or less sent you out to do the most menial grunt work possible. Scouting for latrines, digging latrines, cleaning latrines, maybe scouting some more latrines. It was pretty shitty. But you're not a lizard folk, or you're not supposed to be. What do you do?
Things were pretty shitty. Wah wah. How many bones are left?
Not many.
That's not encouraging at all. Do my arms work?
No.
Blah. Do healing spells require me to touch myself?
Yes. So as you're sitting there, kind of helplessly wondering what the hell you're going to do, you kind of feel like whatever magic is keeping you as a lizard folk is starting to fade, and you slowly kind of come to grips with who you maybe once were. You're not so sure. Let me do the little switcheroo and probably scale this thing up a bunch. So, after a short bit, you kind of unfurl, and you are returned, still wholly confused and not entirely in control of who you once were, you don't remember everything. It's still like fragmented. But you got wings, and you're a hell of a lot bigger than you should, or you were, like 10 minutes ago.
Puberty hit me hard.
So you are a green dragon. You realize with some... I don't know. You can choose your emotions. I'll just dictate to you that you're a green dragon
some
now.
realization.
Look, I should probably write these things out, but I'm working on my improv. Eventually I'll be good at it.
This is gonna take some time to process.
There's one thing you do know, though. There's an angry wizard that hit you with a lightning bolt in the face.
Now on top of, why am I here? What are we doing? Who is anyone? I can add, who am I? Let's see if these work. Oh, yeah, I don't have control over it.
Oh, you don't? Shit. Give me a second.
I was like, I wonder if I can make him fly. Like, I don't.
The answer is yes. Now you should be able to.
Well, I don't really know what direction to go in.
Okay, I mean, it's like directly above you.
We're back in isometric, aren't we? Top down.
Yeah, so the isometric conversion is going to take some work, and all the old maps probably won't get updated because, shit, that would be a lot of work. However, as you fly up, you see this. Technically, you saw this earlier before you got the lightning bolt in the face, but it was kind of short-lasting. Technically, there's more to this tower than you see, than you'd like. Let me make sure I'm on the right... Nope, I'm not on the right one. Let's see. Yeah, there's like a top to this tower and so on and so forth, but...
We took like 3 weeks off and Sundered infected it.
This ship was already around. But yes, there were definitely... I was playing Sundered and I was like, I'm going to steal some of this.
Just looking at something. This looks a lot like a game I just finished. Is that the asshole that was previously represented by Cthulhu Face?
As you fly up, you see the guy that was previously Cthulhu Face and is actually... he looks like an elf, maybe? He's like all sorts of floaty and shit. And...
all sorts of floaty and shit.
He's like, his robe is billowing. There's no wind inside his laboratory.
It's like the spirit of Greg
but...
translated into our narrator.
This has been an eventful weekend for Drez of accidental body discoveries.
Snake.
The middle of this trip was canonically the first time he ever transformed, period. Let alone this thing he doesn't understand
Life comes at you
yet.
fast.
You know what else comes at you fast? A green dragon.
Okay, roll for initiative.
I opened my spellbook twice. Neither of those are my skill. I forgot to open my actual character sheet. Here we go. Somehow managed to open my spellbook twice instead of my character sheet. And initiative. Oh, I have to select my character, who may or may not count as me. Shit. Yes? Okay.
Yep.
It does count as me.
Let me do this. So you have initiative, and you're free to do what you want.
I have initiative?
Yes.
Okay. First step in any good situation is to start with Frightful Presence.
Okay.
See how this guy reacts to being attacked by a dragon.
Let me quick read about the what this guy is, because he's got some things. Okay, he is actually unfazed. He looks at you. He's. I mean, you can read like a little bit of surprise on his face, but he doesn't look like he gives that many shits.
That's fine, because the next steps are where the fun part comes in. After I double check really quick my dice things, because it goes bite claw claw.
Okay.
Wait, so there are special dragon attacks?
Yeah. So
Huh.
dragons can just wail on people. They have frightful presence, couple other things.
I can in a single action use multi-attack, which is frightful presence, bite, and 2 claws.
Yep. And just as a reminder for everybody watching this, because he's in a new form, he actually gets full HP, because shapeshifting in 5e is kind of bullshit. So you just rip into him. You do. I mean, there are chunks missing and everything. You can kind of see through the robe. The interesting thing is, in going after him, you realize there's not really a whole lot. There's a fair bit of flesh, but there is no blood coming off of this guy. You just rend through cloth and dead man.
Oh.
Okay, so he is. What was he?
Well, you can't reanimate a corpse if there's no more corpse.
Who's gonna hit you
I-
with?
Guess that's true.
Do I still have a piece of druid in my inventory? I just had that thought. I'm like, thinking of pieces of corpse. I think I still have a piece of the other druid.
Okay, so let me figure out damage here. Okay, you're gonna need to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
not impressive considering my bonus.
Yeah, that is okay. So you
I almost
you actually
bragged
this one hurts. You get hit for a lot of damage. So he points at you. He says something, but you don't know arcane magic, and you take 31 damage as a searing necrotic ray just
That's
blasts
not
you.
good.
Remember, you've got like 200 HP.
Yeah. No, I'm having to do unusual amounts of actual math with my health points because of the,
Oh yeah, because this is
taking
not
more-
a number
taking
that
more
you're
than,
just
like,
holding on to. Yeah.
we're not taking 8 damage at a time.
Okay. It's your
This
turn
is the
again.
number that only shows up when Greg does something bordering on suicidal.
Will not disagree.
I've always wanted to try this. Dragon breath.
Okay. So you dragon breath him, and you inhale, you suck in, and with a mighty gout, you just blow poison, gas, mist, whatever it is. Yeah, gas. A 60-foot cone. It just fills the chamber. And his hair just kind of blows backwards in the breeze, and he looks at you unimpressed.
Oh, god damn it.
This
And-
revenge quest is going pretty poorly.
I blew the first one.
Not so easy being Greg, is it?
60 poison damage.
Let's see. Trying to figure out what he's gonna do to you. He doesn't actually have that many spell slots. Let's see. Make a dex check.
Oh, that's not
Okay.
a great sign.
Oh,
Also, you should zoom in on the screen so the audience can see the art.
Yeah, I'll zoom in. There's not a whole lot of like tactical maneuvering. They're more or less just standing in front of each other, wailing on each
That's
other.
true.
Okay.
The secret is
me-
to hit people.
It's true. Let me make sure I'm getting the right damage here. They might have changed these things. I'm off by a bit. Okay, so you get zapped by another lightning bolt. It hurts, but it hurts less. You take 23 damage.
This transformation probably did terrible things to the Air Jordans.
Oh no! No, they
Yeah.
probably blew up when you landed.
No,
They also probably weren't doing great when I landed either. Yeah.
Yeah, your shit is in a pile back where you were. Your Air Jordans look fine. You're not sure if it's because of divine providence or because I don't want them to be destroyed. So divine providence. Actually, you know what? No, fuck it. You're wearing the Air Jordans. They're the only things that survived because you don't have magical clothing. That shit was ripped to shreds. But you were
a dragon wearing sneakers.
you know what? Next time Dragon Drez rears its ugly head, we'll have Air Jordans on.
That's insane.
That's amazing.
Okay. I don't think you had any other, but like your bag of holding and anything else you were carrying.
An inventory and whatnot.
Yeah,
Because this was not like a druid form, so my stuff didn't just like come with me magically.
Nope.
I don't think I've heard of druids turning into dragons. That might be a little overpowered.
It's an epic feat for 3rd edition, but
Is it really? Oh,
Yeah.
for the wrong edition.
yeah, we can finagle it somewhere.
This thing doesn't
We
like
already
to
have.
die. I'm gonna try to kill it harder again, just in case.
Okay, so you're just ripping into it. He's actually looking real bad.
Just all the pointy bits are coming at him.
Yeah, so the pointy bits seem to be doing a fair bit to this guy. He is not fully prepared for you to be a dragon. So he is going to... What's he going to do next? I'm like rolling through the laundry list of sorcerer spells.
So now I know he's a sorcerer.
I mean, sorcerer or wizard. It'd be kind of weird if he was a druid lich.
He's actually a cleric.
Okay.
5th edition got really weird with him.
He is actually, 1 second. If you get hit in melee, casting in... No. It wouldn't in this case. Okay, so he is actually going to, he is going to disappear. He casts something and then he goes poof. Trying to see if there's like a way that I can hide this guy from you without actually making him disappear.
Deleting him?
Yeah. He's casting invisibility, but I don't actually know if... Yeah.
Yeah, as the DM, you should be able to. I don't know.
Here, I know what I can do.
Oh, that was supposed to be solid. Ooh, where is he?
Okay, there we
I'll
go.
never find him.
And for my next trick, I'll make myself disappear.
There you go.
Oh,
What's up, Box?
Got it.
That's cool.
Found out how to
Yep.
make him invisible.
Yeah, I figured out how to make him. I just put him on the GM info overlay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see how it
Put him in
goes.
the-
So he, wrong person. So he is elsewhere, and you're not sure.
You know what it means for something to have a
here.
recharge of 5 to 6?
You have to, just flip a die 2.
And that makes it either 5 or 6 turns of recharge or something?
Yeah,
Oh.
might as well. All right, 5 turns.
Learning things.
Yep.
Alright, well that reduces options. So I don't know where he is exactly. But I can try. Let's see. What's the range of that thing? 15 feet? I'm going to move forward a bit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make an attempt, trying to draw things here, at a tail attack of 15 feet.
Okay, you whiff it through the air. Harmlessly.
Yay! Nothing happened. Turns out there's a lot of space here.
So was that like a slam and not so much a sweep? Yeah. Looks like it's in a straight line.
Tail attack technically isn't an AoE attack, it's just a reach attack.
Ah.
But I'd
I'm
totally
just
make it an
interpreting
AoE.
it like a hit over there attack. Yeah, it's a tail attack that's 15 feet, but it's presumably one target. But I don't know how you one target a tail attack exactly. Judging by all the dragons I fought in video games, I don't know if you can really like. What is he like stabbing him with their tail? Like,
Yeah, I would assume that they would like slam it down in a straight line.
yeah, either
Like
you'd imagine it
thunderclap
either
or
would be a
something.
slam or it'd be like a big old like sweep attack like that
Yeah.
big or something. But instead, it's not.
Okay. So you need to make another dex check. Or a dex save.
Hooray!
Uh-oh.
Shit!
Alright.
How?
You get
Oh, because my deck sucks now.
you get Zapadude again.
Oh, great.
Yep. So you
Alright,
can
that's
tell
not-
it vaguely came. Let's play some battleships. You can tell it came vaguely. That's a shit color.
Let's play some battleships.
Yeah. You can tell it vaguely came from. Let's make it work for it. There you go. Somewhere in this vicinity. I'll give that one to you.
You're not showing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we don't
GM.
see that.
Well, never
It's
mind.
all
then.
yours.
No battleships for me. I'm cheating today. If I can figure out how to. There we go. Objects and overlay. No.
You didn't sink my battleship. It has anti-titanium super armor.
My battleship's a squid. Fuck you. It's underwater.
My
Blub,
battleship's
blub,
a
blub.
Leviathan.
Okay. So you got lightning bolted from nowhere. What do you do?
Wait.
Drez.
Oh, weird. Confusing.
Drez, use wing attack. Use fly.
No, I was reading about legendary actions and got caught off guard because it sounds like a super legendary impossible thing to do, but actually you can do one like every turn. I'm like, that's weird.
Legendary is awesome.
I did not type a macro for this, but I'm going to just enter the vague area and start using wing attack.
There is a wing
Okay.
attack.
Yeah.
Everybody within 10 feet of me has to do a DC 19 dexterity save throw or take a bunch of damage and get knocked prone.
Well, that. Oh, so that's how legendary actions work. Okay. Well,
Apparently I can do one like every turn, which sounds like not a type of a limitation you expect a legendary attack to
yeah.
have.
Okay. So what happens is he's like directly next to you. Let me pull him out of the ether. Well, no, I gotta check one other thing. Yeah, he's he is actually 15. No, actually, so you don't see him. However, the more or less 5 feet to your right, there is a splat as something hits the kind of inky black liquid that is covering the ground, and there's
Yeah.
a person-shaped imprint there.
And I wonder if he's just gonna start. I was gonna say I wonder if he just starts tracking it around now, but he's floating.
Yeah. So you've managed to knock him to the ground, but he did not lose concentration. Okay.
Wait, but if he has a liquid stuck to him, is he making the liquid invisible with his body, or is it
Yes.
actually on
So
his body?
everything
so
on
you can
his
see
body
it?
is invisible.
Oh.
Make a. So he's going to. You kind of notice the liquid shift and move, and you know what? I'll move him there. So you notice the liquid shift and move because D&D turn-based magic is kind of weird, but it shifts and it moves, and he's very clearly like left the area. And then roll another dex check.
Of course. I'm not nailing it. Well, yeah, my dex is garbage now.
Okay, you take another 24 damage. Make a perception check, by the way.
Let's see, 3. There we go. Perception.
Okay, so you notice there's a there are dribbles actually. There's more than
There are
enough.
dribbles.
Yep. So there's kind of like a little dribble pattern over here.
It's still not showing up.
I never know what you're talking about. You're not showing any
Oh,
of these things.
motherfucker!
You're on the invisible
God
layer.
damn it! All right,
You-
I keep forgetting because I have to switch to the GM overlay every single time Every single time I have to like move him. I can't just like drag him around as an object. It's like a super bad version of Photoshop right now.
So he was able to get back up from being prone, attack me, and run?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he more or less just kind of flew. He doesn't really need to get up if he's already flying.
I'd love to knock him off the building, but I don't think that would actually solve any problems.
I mean, you could
See, what- have
suplex
I
him
no-
off
have I
the
noticed-
building. That would work.
Jesus.
What
Have I
about
noticed anything? I could do the fucking airborne downspin dive that Ryu Hayabusa does in Dead or Alive, where he would just be like holding the enemy to my chest and spinning while going straight down to the ground for hundreds of
That's
feet.
what Charizard did.
Yeah,
Remember
seismic toss.
Charizard?
That's why I remembered this. I was just like, wait a
Ryu
second.
Hayabusa's older than Charizard.
Yeah, but people know who Charizard is. Ain't nobody ever heard of Ryu Bus or whatever the hell
We
you
were
just
talking
said.
about
It would be
Ninja Gaiden right
pretty-
before this recording.
Keith, it would
Yeah,
be pretty
so.
easy for me to like modify your sprite so you look like Charizard. Like, only would take about 10 minutes.
that? Looks like a pink version of Vivi's crystal.
That makes it just sound like you drew Charizard. Have I noticed anything interesting about this giant gargantuan nightmare purple crystal thing?
It is humming with arcane energy. You don't know what's up with it.
I'm not gonna lie, I had the brief thought of, I wonder if you can poison a crystal.
I assume the answer was no, dummy.
Also, you drew the dark crystal upside down. That's literally what you drew.
This is a reused asset from the mines,
It's
actually.
super weirdly
It's a
close.
pink version of the blue crystal, yeah.
Yep. I'm not afraid to recolor if it saves me time.
And so the essence of RPG was achieved.
Yes.
I'm just going to go in this direction, and I'm going to attack these 3 squares
Okay.
in order from left to right with trying to find the dice roll buttons. Claw, bite, claw.
Okay. So swinging 3 hits. So he loses concentration on the final hit as you more or less rip him to shreds.
Jesus.
So let me retrieve him from the GM info overlay. So you now have a dead lich kind of floating at your feet. He's still flying. But he's
Hope you can fly well.
he's
big.
very much like you have removed pieces of him that were probably vital.
It's just birds like idiot Schwarzenegger quotes.
I'm gonna move you out of the way for a second,
Like,
so I
chill
can
out.
here. I'm gonna move you for a second, so I can clear the board, so we don't have like shitty dribbles and whatnot.
I have sent a reference picture for the dark crystal.
Yep, yeah, I remember it.
Okay, there you go. Where's this? Oh, did you put it in TeamSpeak?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was gonna look at it in Discord, and it's like, nope, that's not there. Oh yeah, that is very much the Dark Crystal. Okay, so you have slain the Lich. It was not as hard as you would have thought, but you're also a green dragon, so that helps.
Also, I didn't think I was coming here for a lich. So it's just surprises all around today.
This is stuff that you
jeez.
probably would have found out about in a more wholesome fashion had you guys ascended the tower normally. However,
I'm gonna tail attack the crystal.
okay, you were just smashing the crystal. So you hit it, and it's not... roll a... oh yeah, that's your damage. Okay, not only you hit it, you crack it. It's like hairline. But the moment you do, there's kind of just this, like... The humming intensifies, and, like, the hairline crack is, like, glowing extra hard. It looks like, maybe magic is coming out of it or something.
You should probably stop.
I don't know what this does, but it makes me feel better.
About that.
Okay,
Oh,
so you are just wailing on that crack, and it is getting bigger and hummier.
We're whalers on the crack. We carry a backpack.
What are you saying right now?
Shh. Focus on the game.
So it is humming, and you notice like stuff starting to kind of vibrate. And by stuff
What
I mean
stuff,
like
specifically?
so you're more or less standing on what looks to be ink. Maybe? You're not really sure. You'd have to do a taste test or something. But it is doing that like a liquid in an earthquake thing.
So it's
Liquid
vibrating.
in an earthquake.
It's vibrating.
Yeah.
So it's just wibbling.
It's oscillating. Everything
Is
that
it
could oscillate is.
Undulations.
Is the whole tower shaking, or just the liquid reacting to the crystal?
You've mowed like a lawn, right? Like, you know that
Sure.
the feeling of vibrations in your hand when you're pushing a lawnmower?
I mean, it'd be from pretty big vibrations considering how tall this tower is.
Yeah, well, it's
If
coming.
there's an earthquake happening, this thing
it's-
is going to be moving.
It's coming from the crystal. Like, you can tell that immediately just by proximity.
I'm just reminded of the do 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 good vibrations. Do, 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 do.
These are decidedly not good vibrations.
That's a song, right?
Picking up evil
So
crystal
it's
magic.
been a few weeks. Do I know any lore things about this crystal going into this?
No. You know, Alarin had found a crystal in the mines, and that was about it.
And I don't even know what it was for.
Vivi.
But this is a bad person crystal.
Yes.
I don't actually say out loud, hopefully, while hitting it again.
Okay. So the crack, so the humming, the vibrations, the everything, it kind of reaches a crescendo, and the whole tower is vibrating. You can see the stone even starting to ripple and kind of maybe liquefy. It's a little worrying, but for all intents and purposes, you are fine. But it does kind of look like the tower is suffering maybe a greater amount of strain than you thought. And the Lich, kind of already partially revived, seeing as you have not actually destroyed a phylactery or anything like that, kind of looks at you and is like, "You fool! You'll doom all of us! You'll doom Zagnoth!" And then the crystal blows up. So
Oh my god.
you feel once again like you're blasted out of existence, and everything goes dark.
Good job, Keith.
Yay!
Good job. You got a second chance in life, and you found the nearest landmine and just just jumped up and down on top of it, being like, "Why won't it blow up?"
Oh, gee, how does that sound familiar in this campaign? How many? Let's look at the leaderboard for how many times various characters have hit 0 hit points and see what we find.
Hey.
Because I started the session with 1.
Okay.
And that
started
was
sessions
like
with
a
1 before.
and that was like a Deus Ex fuck you and a kill. Was my first kill.
I have started sessions with 1 hit point before, and they go fine. What's your excuse?
I said 1 time hitting 0. I'm talking about how many times we've hit 0 hit points.
Oh, how many times did 0 hit points? I mean, who can count? You know, those numbers are so big.
So
They might
back
as
to
well
the
be
VV
0.
adventures of the character I've never met before, and at this rate never will.
Okay. So, Dimitri, Skitter, and Alarin. I guess I don't even need to address Skitter here. How much of it, like, mind screw would it be if I just, like, had a secret character hiding in Discord, just controlling Skitter in the background? Like, just somebody listening to me.
Nah.
We just find out that Durf was Skitter the entire time.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, I've been playing with you.
That would
Hey
be
guys, I
that's my-
apparently have a lot of free time.
That's my Durf impression.
that would be extra magic, but there's no way.
Yeah.
I would like commit to that sort of thing. So anyway, you guys are hanging out with Vivi, and she's more or less just told you guys that you're headed for the elemental plane of Earth.
Does she sense a disturbance in the force?
No,
Oh, come on.
No.
these things don't
Another
happen
crystal
all
blew up.
simultaneously. Stop metagaming.
Sorry.
So,
La, 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 la.
let's see. So last time she said you guys were going to the elemental plane of Earth. Did I actually say what you guys had to do there, or no? I don't remember.
Just to gather resources to
Okay.
make
Yeah,
a new
just
body.
gathering
Awesome.
Things.
Okay, so this is actually probably maybe a couple hours later. Like, you guys have all been kind of tasked to rest because you've been out and about. I mean, Dimitri, you don't really feel fatigue, but, like, Gruck is actually still fairly injured. There's been kind of a dearth of healing, so he's mostly just been naturally recovering multiple consecutive long rests because Vivi is very much not a cleric. But so you feel Gruck's hurt. He got smashed good earlier, or smashed good, and so you're at half HP at least for the time being, and
Okay.
there's definitely like a headache that won't go away. But so you guys have been on bed rest. Technically, there's the bed chamber. I did include that at the very least. Oh yeah, Shell, the other thing is, while you're in the astral plane, time is super wiggly. So that is also a thing.
Time is wiggly.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
As Vivi kind of explained it to you, you guys are, time is paused while you're here. So technically, if she were to send you back to Zagnoth, you'd pop out right in front of that priest and underneath whatever that thing was up in the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
Before being rocked by a massive explosion.
It's true. There would be some immediate consequences within probably a couple minutes ish. So anyway, so Vivi has let you guys kind of all rest up and recuperate. Shell, I don't know if you were missing any spell slots or injured in any way, but you are back up to full and ready and whatever.
Woohoo! Hey, Vivi.
Yes.
So about those daggers that you crafted for your friend,
Yes.
how could one use them?
I mean, you have to be clever. They're not meant to hit a target. They're meant to miss the target. Anything that you aim at, they will automatically miss, no matter what.
I mean, I kind of got that part. I tried numerous times. But how do you ensure that what you try not to hit gets hit?
I made them as a joke.
Oh.
I gave them to a guy so I'd win a dagger throwing competition,
Oh.
and I won.
I see. So,
Don't use them in dagger throwing competitions. Like, rule number 1 with those things: do not
well,
bet money on your accuracy with them.
I mean, they're sort of dangerous in all situations. I think that's the problem. But
Yes. How did you not hit Judge?
I mean, well, we were throwing at a wall, and it hit all of the light fixtures, and then I just telekinesis my daggers into the targets.
wait, light fixtures?
Well, yes?
So you mean chandeliers and torches
Yes.
and
It
candles?
was very impressive.
Okay.
Why did you feel need to cheat?
I mean, there were literally no rules. That was the rule number 1. They wrote the rule book and they
see.
burned it in front of us.
Oh, okay, carry on then.
That's a bizarre competition. So, how long have you been amongst the people of Zagnoth?
If she had a brow, it would like furrow. She seems actually kind of out of sorts. A couple 100 years? Not long enough that people would start asking questions about, why are you still here? Or, how have you not aged? Mostly I just, told people that I wear a mask for my own reasonings. And, most people were not aware that I had, no mortal body underneath.
Well, so I'm just wondering at the. I know that the purpose of you inevitables is to maintain a kind of balance betwixt the different planes, the different universes. Then why spend so much time in Zagnoth? Do you busy yourselves with trivial things like
Well,
dagger throwing contests just to fit
um,
in, or
in my case, the disturbances have not been a recent thing. However, I'm not a particularly high ranking inevitable. Uh
and where does this Leviathan guy rank?
I I don't know. This is the first I've ever encountered him. I've heard of him, but I came here on my own accord, hoping to get a jump on them. But the local resources were sorely lacking. I had to outsource more than a little.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Oh, also, what do these orbs do? I have a black orb and something that was called a sun orb.
I mean, you saw me use a water one. It They magically upgrade your equipment.
Yes, but would this one apply like fire or light? And what would the other one apply?
uh, it, it's a case by case basis. No one really understands what will result with one of these things. You could rub the sun orb on your shoes, and anything could happen. Or you could mush them both together and destroy everything. I really have no idea. I could give you a guess if you wanted to like suggest something specific.
No, that's alright for the time being. I've already upgraded my armor, I believe. I'll have to figure out something. I mean, maybe my rapier. The one that you upgraded, actually.
You want to upgrade your rapier again?
I mean, is it possible?
Yes. With the special ones, I've never heard of an upper limit. Just increasing costs.
Another thing I wanted to mention to you. I I think there's an issue with this rapier. The issue being that sometimes it just I it loses everything.
It
Like,
goes dry. I see. Well, have you tried upgrading its capacity?
so it actually has an inner water capacity.
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean,
So
I've refilled it.
these orbs are, uh, they don't just do what you think they would do, where they just, increase it across the board. If you think of something specific, you can get specific results. So if you want it not to go dry, then use one of the orbs. One of the regular orbs, not the sun one. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen if you try and upgrade your capacity with the sun orb.
It really was a shame. I missed out on the opportunity to enslave one of my mortal enemies forever within this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, about the body.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe all of our things in order.
Yes,
Nothing really
I'm sorry.
seems to be happening here.
I like to get Q&A out of the way first. So, on to the A. Well, I've been searching, scrying the elemental plane of Earth, and I think I found the perfect thing for you. And she pulls out what looks to be the golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And she hands it
I mean,
to Gruck Mitri.
I take and kind of whiff with my hand because I'm not used to new body. And
Okay.
like pat her on forehead.
Okay, so
My apologies.
yes. So you have this golden ticket in your hand. And she says, "It's a ticket. I obtained it quite some time ago. I hope it's still valid. I am not entirely sure, but there's the they call it the Elemental Express, I guess. It's a train that travels from one elemental plane to the next, carrying goods and valuables and stuff.
What's a train?
Uh, think of a wagon, but a really fast wagon that holds hundreds of people and hundreds of boxes of cargo. They're really quite magnificent. You should get out more and see one. I guess you get to see one. Anyway, so think of it as a giant speeding wagon golem thing. And I obtained a ticket to this quite some time ago, and it's a VIP pass of sorts. And by having this and being, on its route, you'll be able to gain passage. And what I want you to do is steal the whole train.
The entire train?
Excuse me?
We're making an army. We need materials. And what better than a giant mobile piece of metal and wood
But
that also happens to be carrying millions of gold worth of rare commodities and resources.
but what about all the people? You said that they can carry hundreds of them.
So I have it on good information. I don't know the phrase. Anyway, I have information that the train is particularly
You have it on good authority.
yeah, good authority. That's the one. Thank you. Good authority that the train is particularly undermanned as of late. A string of passenger disputes combined with the particularly valuable cargo this time around, meant for more of a skeleton crew. In reality, it's a decoy of sorts, or the decoy is already running fully crewed, and this one is shadowing it from behind. So anybody looking to rob the train will find the wrong one. But you don't have to look. You know which one's the right one. Or I do. And now you do.
So, we have a little problem. I don't think I can really rob train in line with my sense of code of honor and morality.
I mean,
I mean, maybe we tie it into like a little bit of a F you to Gorlar, and maybe the universe looks the other way on this one. What do you say?
I think your moral compass could at least, detour around this little snag.
Just tell me that if I do this, I can beat up Gorlar, and then we're cool.
You could rocket punch him, yes.
All right, we're in. Yes.
But I prepared this. So the Elemental Express is owned by a particularly nasty Johnny Prince. Someone who, driving him destitute may or may not be a service to the elemental planes. Just saying. He's a dick.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
I guess that's all right.
I'm not an evil person. If I'm going to tell you to meddle in the affairs, it's going to be for the greater good, or at least the most optimum route.
Aren't you Talking Doll?
Yes.
When has Talking Doll ever not been evil?
Now.
I used detect evil on her.
You detect a all-encompassing nothingness from her.
Oh wow, what do you know? You're really breaking barriers there.
I mean, that's her gist. Isn't she a planeswalker?
I guess so. I've never really thought too highly of inevitables. I find them woefully incompatible with my religion. But I want to thank you for the service you've done here, and I don't hate you.
That's relieving. I would hate to have a non-functional working relationship.
Yes, we'll keep it at that. How about?
So I guess I should get on with the plan. So I have a couple of things for you. So she tosses Alarin and Dimitri. You both have bags now. They're not bags of holding. They're bags, and they kind of make like a clacking noise.
What's inside these, Vivi?
Spell crystals. I see you've run out. And
Oh.
I figure I have. Let's see. How should I say the crystal you brought for me? It drips, and I should be able to provide a a small quantity of these every time you swing by.
So you're saying that it creates more crystals?
Yes, but not much. Unless we want to break it, but that would be a terrible idea.
All right. How many are in there?
There's about 10 for you, Alarin, and 2 for you, Greg.
How many? I did not hear.
2.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, I play favorites for spellcasters with these things. But
It's fine.
There are
I don't
healing
know what to
potions in
expect
both,
otherwise.
though, and you notice there are more for you. Like,
you know what I need.
yes. So the last thing,
How many is more?
so Alarin has 1. You have 5.
Wait, what are these?
Healing potions. So there's
Healing
And then
potions.
there's
Okay.
2 of the higher quality ones in your bag, and then 3 of the lower quality ones. Bird, and then Alarin, you just have 1 of the higher quality ones.
Okay.
Let's see. So up.
I have a lot of healing potions. Just die before I could use them.
Well,
What are the spell crystals? Those are not the upgrade orbs.
No,
correct? These are just
they
like one
will-
shot.
yeah, they will recover your spell slots. So like,
Understood.
yeah, so each one is a level 1 spell, or you can consume multiple for higher level spells.
Understood.
She also tosses a sack to Skitter. I assume if I'm giving stuff to you guys, generally Skitter gets it too, but it seems silly for me to address myself
Okay.
with stuff. So the last thing is, and she pulls out. It looks like, what would it look like? I guess it's a wand. This is special and very important. So this is how you're getting back. So there are gates that you can find scattered throughout the elemental plane of Earth. There are quite a number of them, really. But what I'm going to need you to do is to take this and activate one of the portals as the train is heading towards it, and that will take you straight to me. The caveat is you can't just kidnap the train. For starters, uninvited guests here would be an awful nightmare. So ideally, the only people remaining on this train should be you or anybody I clear. And
How
you
do
can
we-
contact me freely the entire time.
Oh.
And
okay.
the other thing is there's a vault on this train. That is, it's imperative that you get access to it beforehand. If you don't, the whole thing turns into a giant explosive and kills us all.
Whoa.
Huh.
An anti-tamper mechanism. It's very common. Luckily, you should have all the tools you need there. Unfortunately, they don't share how to get into these vaults publicly, but the either the conductor or the engineer must have some way of getting in there. And if you can
Don't worry. We have Skitter.
if you can just manage to get into that vault, then the security measures are easily disabled, and then all you have to do is come here.
Alright. Sounds like couldn't be simpler. So where does train come to resting place so that we can get on?
Well, so the train doesn't stop unless a valid ticket holder is nearby. So I'm gonna have to put you in way of the train, and I'm gonna give you ample time just in case. But so if you're
In
there,
the way of the train?
well, it doesn't have tracks. It doesn't have a set path, but it will come to you. It's
Okay, so you want us to stand in front of moving space
you
vehicle?
can stand off to the side. It's not going to crush you.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
And this one ticket will be enough for the 3 of us?
It's valid for parties up to 10. I don't know why they gave me up to 10, but I don't mind.
Well, maybe they thought that you'd have friends.
I look and stare at Lauren.
Vivi is also staring at you.
I mean, it's nice to have friends. I mean, that... Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, well, as much as I'd like to hang out in an area where time is standing still, not much is happening. So, what do you say we get this road onto the show? I'm sorry.
What?
The show onto trail.
That's
And
weird.
Maybe you want to say let's get rolling?
yeah, I don't, idioms, different language, sometimes very difficult. Plus, I mean, it's sort of like, imagine if your brain had the same, like, stuff on it, but operated about 45% slower. That's what it's like to get your brain transferred onto Ogre Brain. All of the bits and pieces are there, but boy, this is on a completely different clock cycle.
Okay. Well, I suppose you're ready then. I don't think I have anything else I can give you. Unfortunately, my supplies are limited to what I have on hand and what is, useful to the plot. I can't just give you a laser rifle. Anyway, so all I need you to do is follow me back into my workshop. I've already got the portal primed and ready, and then we'll be off. Or you'll be off. Unfortunately I'm tied to this place and cannot go far.
We understand, Vivi.
I can imagine that now. That would suck.
Skitter,
Yeah,
you still haven't said a word.
I'm just here. You guys are the movers and the shakers. I'm the sneaker and the stabber.
Aren't you excited, though? This is your expertise.
It sounds.
But you get to steal an entire train.
Sounds heavy. What's a train?
I mean, she does
It's
this.
just like a really fast wagon.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Was not paying full attention. Was busy. You notice he's been like messing with the hammer, and there's like kind of weird craters all over the place. Okay, but yeah, I'm ready to go whenever. I don't have anything better
Good.
to do, and
We're
it's not
going
like I have
right
anywhere
now.
else to go. Okay, so you guys go inside the sanctum.
Also, by the way, Vivi,
Yes.
when you said Dijani, what kind of creature is this boss that you keep referring to?
Well, I mean, you've heard of Jin, right?
I
Well,
mean,
I guess
Yeah,
technically they're the.
under the sea, you don't really get
You have
Jin.
totally heard of water Jin before.
Water
They
Jin?
exist.
Okay.
They look like fishy people, and they float on like bubbly things.
They float on bubbles?
Yeah.
Well,
Instead
then-
of like smoke and mist,
Wow.
they just kind of
That's,
bubble out a bunch. I'm making this up on the spot, but they
exciting.
totally exist, and they look kind of silly, except for the fact that they have like, kind of orca features. Anyway,
Oh, don't worry. We'll be able to take this Dijini prince.
okay, and as you say that, Vivi flips the lever, and you three. Let me copy.
Is that a
and
character
paste you.
trait now that she doesn't know how to pronounce Jin?
Yep, pretty much. She's making fun of it.
You three are here. I gotta reveal.
Well, the thing is, he said Dijani, right? Or
Johnny. So there are
Johnny?
multiple types of Jin. Johnny are the it's Janni, and
It's not delivery.
yeah, they are
It just sounds like my favorite salad dressing.
okay.
It's not Pratijor. It's not delivery, it's Dijani.
Yes, thank you for finishing joke,
Okay, so you
I was
guys,
saying
Captain
Dijon,
Human
but
Pants.
whatever.
you guys are in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere.
For that one, it's just Ginny, though. It's not Johnny.
Okay.
It's not Johnny on the spot.
Ginny.
So as you make those noises, a tumbleweed does in fact go tumbling past. In fact, there's pretty much nothing apart from tumbleweed. I would have drawn this, but you guys aren't going to be here for long. But so there is a. I mean, you look like you're out in the middle of nowhere. There's like some scrub grass and a couple of tumbleweeds and a whole lot of nothing. You do see like some pretty impressive mountain ranges, though. You're not actually sure where light's coming from because there's no sun.
There's
but
no sun?
Nope, there's no sun. You're underground, maybe. It's hard to tell. It kind of it gets dark up above. It almost looks like the desert is actually where the light's coming from, based on the lighting, where you're standing and the fact that it's super fucking bright, and it hurts your eyes.
Ouch. Is it hot too?
It's pretty toasty, yeah. You feel, a bit seared.
Water.
It sucks. You will definitely.
Do you
be...
need shade?
Um.
What items? I forget. What items do I have on me at this
You
point?
have
Did
a
I lose all my
door.
things? Alright. I
And-
hold door over a Lauren.
and you have a door. Actually, so I forgot to mention this. You guys, if we roll back the clock a little bit, you guys.
Yeah. How are we supposed to
So
be disguised?
That's the thing. You guys are disguised, kind of based on how you want. Vivi is allowed you to come up with kind of your own alibi for why you're taking this train. It is currently headed for the elemental plane of fire.
Ew.
Yep.
That's the last plane I'd want to go to. They're like our mortal enemies.
So if you want, you can have. I guess actually, Vivi gave you some other things. I probably should have written this all down in one place as opposed to several. But so she actually gave you clothing. Specifically, Gruck, you have the door. It is effectively a great club. I think it does 2d8 damage. So you can clobber people.
That is 2d8 plus 4 is great club.
Yeah. Okay. But so
It's actually pretty good.
yeah. So you've got the door. She took the knob off and she gives you some straps, so you're effectively proficient in this thing as opposed to not earlier. So it's not.
All right.
Yeah, you could wield this thing. It's weird, but she didn't have anything else that was not toothpick sized for Gruck. You also have half plate, I believe, if that's an armor set
Oh, okay.
or something. There's some armor, and she also enchanted each of your equipment with it's called glamour.
Okay.
And so you can change it to look like other clothing if you want. You can even have like heavy armor look like lighter armor, though obviously like a helmet would be harder to disguise. So I guess you could go for like a face wrap or something.
Interesting. So, what shall our entourage be?
Hang on then. Oh yeah, I need to do 2d8 plus 4. I had to completely change my stats around. But I mean, I say that in character, not. I don't say the word stat.
I just learned
anyway.
something.
Yes.
A
Please share
gin,
so that you can buy me time.
like jinn are a general category, like a subcategory of demons, basically. But an individual is spelled jinni with an I at the end, or genie,
Genie.
like in a lamp.
Right.
Yeah.
They're the same thing,
Yep.
apparently.
Yep.
Before,
They're genies.
when you guys actually need to know more about like the politics and the people and stuff, I will have some more information for you. Right now, I'm
So half plate is medium armor with an AC of 15. Is that correct? Is that what we want to roll with?
Well, full plate is kind of weird. Maybe breastplate. Let me look at 5e armor. I guess go with splint. You're used to splint. 17.
Yeah, splint is what
Yeah.
I started with, and that's 17.
Yeah, you got your splint mail.
Okay, that sounds better. Half plate doesn't sound quite tough enough.
I thought half plate was better than splint.
Nope. Okay. I just wanted to make sure our things were covered. And they're enchanted with glamour,
Yeah.
our weapons and armor?
Yeah, so you can make it
Okay.
look like whatever.
Okay. I decide to go classic. I go with a pinstripe suit. If we're allowed to do, are we allowed to do that? Because that's kind of what I want to do.
Okay, ogre with tattoos and a pinstripe suit. You look very, very mobstery.
And we'll make Dora look like cigar.
A giant, weirdly flat cigar.
Can we please do this? I really want to do this,
Okay.
but I don't know if it blows your stuff up or not.
Not, you've got a giant, weirdly flat cigar right now. Oh my god. Somebody points out you're a doorman now.
Yeah, I was gonna say doorkeeper, but so how should we do this? If we're going to the realm of fire,
You notice Skitter also has a pinstripe suit. He has said nothing.
okay. So are you guys going to be bodyguards, perhaps?
I mean, I'm not really
No.
sure what the mafia is or where this clothing came from stylistically, but I'm down.
Okay.
I will be a man who stands by door and says yes or no to people who wish to enter door.
All right then. I suppose maybe I will have a shimmering dress. Whoosh. And
Sorry,
what?
nothing. Just too perfect.
Oh yeah.
This made my day.
Not a pinstripe dress.
No. I'm
Mobster Cinderella.
it's not
Mobsterella?
it's
No,
not
it should be shimmering like fish's scales.
precisely. Except
Yes.
with a bit more of a fiery tinge to it.
Yes, exactly.
And I'll be adorned with rubies. The
The Mockingjay?
the raspberry
Oh
variety.
my god.
What?
Awesome.
And there'll be a little slit on
Oh
one
my
side, because
God.
isn't that what mobster girls' dresses have? I mean, you can't walk around in a pencil skirt.
I mean,
No, that is dead accurate.
so of the three of us, who's the gang boss? Lauren, probably?
I mean, don't all these gang
yeah, we have-
boxes have like consorts or something?
But who?
You know, I actually don't know what the gang is, but yeah, Lauren could be in charge.
I mean,
This is just something I thought would be cool.
you in goblin culture, gang boss is usually the guy that killed the previous gang boss. So that would make it
Oh.
Gorlar?
No, we are not members of Gorlar's gang. That didn't work out the last time, it's not going to work out this time.
Hey,
I was gonna say, hasn't every person in this group except Alarin been a gang leader, gang member already?
Yeah, I think it should be a Lauren because she has the least experience, and probably that will work out in her favor. Certainly hasn't worked out in mine.
well, also,
That's how life works.
I can be very persuasive. Blank, blank, blank. Also, I mean, also, isn't there always a lady behind every man in a place of power?
I mean, you're
Whatever,
in front
however
of
the
us
phrase
in
right
this
goes.
now.
case, you're the man in the place of power too. You
I'll-
can be behind yourself.
I mean, should I put on the dress?
I don't think that's how it works, Skitman.
Oh, we could always make the door the man, and then we could all get behind the door. That would work.
I mean, I know it's a little bit bizarre, but amongst us Tritons, males and females are considered in the same kind of caste, general standing. Everyone, so long as they're capable of fighting the leviathans of the deep, we're all seen as equals. However,
Okay,
I know that I know,
mid-soliloquy.
Honestly,
I know
I'm
that-
saying that you're the
Mid
leader.
soliloquy. Make a
I-
dex check.
no,
Uh,
I'm
Ground
just,
opens
oh,
up beneath
jeebles.
I just
Oh,
know
no.
that in several cultures.
you. All right, Shell is being swallowed by a
Hey,
worm.
I just made a dex saving
Beetlejuice,
throw.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Okay, so you manage to like fling yourself out of the way as the ground opens up beneath you.
Whoa!
And this thing, which I haven't had the time to do the artwork
Perhaps
for,
I shouldn't have worn the scale dress. Aren't nice sparkly objects like really big lures for?
yeah, that's
Talk
fine.
later. We must fight worm.
Okay, roll for initiative.
Okay. Initiative.
I vote you to be leader because you're the one who has highest charisma. I don't think they'll.
Okay.
What is with rolls today?
Yeah, I rolled a GM roll so you don't see it, but Skitter got a 22. Okay, so Greg, God damn it. Can you change maybe your name at some point?
Sure.
So I don't see it in chat, because I'm going to keep calling you Greg until I can, like, wash that everything from my... We'll have to change the portrait, too. That's really inconvenient. Why did you have to die, Greg? No.
Sorry. I mean, he hasn't even become the Warforged yet, so the Warforged portrait I'm making won't even be valid until we get the body.
Okay, so Dimitri, you go first.
All right.
Or Skitter, actually, roll initiative again, just to see who goes first.
Between Skitman and Dimitri?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so Skitter's gonna go first, and he's gonna uppercut it with the hammer.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't even remember what any of his rolls are. This has been too long, because I used to just, like, eyeball.
You didn't have macros because you're not a character.
Well, yeah, he's not a character. I expected him to die, and after a certain point, I was just kind of obstinate about, not. Okay, prof bonus. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Hum.
Hopefully that's Skitter's roll.
Yeah. It's,
He just one punch man's.
yeah,
the-
so he just hammer uppercuts it in the jaw, and it just goes straight up. In fact, the whole worm is actually like just laid out in front of you. There's a definitive thud as it hits the ground. Okay, Dimitri, it is now your turn.
I turn and stare at Skitter. And I collect my thoughts. I collect my door.
Is it
and
still
I
alive?
go running forth.
Uh,
And what?
no, it's fine. I just have to add another 2 damage.
Okay.
Apparently, Skitter got more sneak attack damage while I wasn't looking.
Alright. I run forth, charging and smashing with door.
Okay, you miss.
I miss.
Yeah, you door surf for a little bit, but you kind of come up a bit short. Okay. Oh, right. I can get rid of the Lich boss fight information, so that's not clogging my info. Awesome. Okay, and it is going to pop up, ignore the shit out of you, and go straight for Skitter. And misses. So it kind of like flips around, slithers around you, and tries to get Skitter with its big old jaws, and then misses. Alarm, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to attack with my rapier. Blink.
Okay. Yeah, you pierce it. You notice as you hit, it was, I'd say it's a glancing blow, but you managed to get it through the cracks. And there's definitely a sizzle, actually.
Oh, right, because I have radiant damage on it, right?
It's water.
Water.
In this case.
Oh, it sizzles with water?
This thing is made out of sand. Like, you notice that it's like coming apart.
Oh.
So I guess sizzle's not quite the right word, but it's
More like it slops.
yeah.
Snoops.
I don't know. I mean, effectively, you know when like if you ever were at the if you ever at like the beach and it's raining and like a sandcastle just kind of gets pittered down. That's kind of what it looks like. I don't know how many times you guys have been to the beach for that. Anyway,
It's a poopy castle.
yeah. So Skitter's going to hide. And Skitter's going to make his way around it. And uppercut it again. Misses. Okay. Dimitri, it's your turn.
Alright. Smash!
Okay, you smash good. Okay, I should probably tabulate damage here.
Oh, hopefully you won't need to tabulate damage after I pull my next trick.
Okay, well, first, it's going to, wow, that door does a lot of damage. Let's see. It is going to, I guess it's just going to bite it, Dimitri. And it hits, okay, so it more or less, kind of, curls down and just locks its pincers around you. And you take 13 damage, and you are now being grappled automatically by this
Okay.
thing. And you notice it's like kind of
Alright.
bringing you in, so it can start biting you in places you don't want to be bitten. Alarin, it's your
Okay.
turn.
Okay, so currently it's outstretched, holding Dimitri in its jaws, right?
Yeah. So like earlier it was like partially. Come on with the bad colors here. Let's switch to something that's a little bit more visible. So like it kind of keeps going off like this. Originally it was partially in the ground, but Skitter uprooted it almost immediately.
Okay, well, this is a concentration spell, but now that I've leveled up and acquired it, I'm going to use Wall of Water.
Okay.
Oh.
And it has a 60-foot range. I can conjure a wall. It can be 30 feet long, 10 feet high, and 1 foot thick, or it can be a ring that's 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. And it's considered different terrain. In any case, I am going to make a ring so that it essentially chops up the worm into different pieces. If it can.
Shots up. So you want it to like kind of rise up through its midriff, cutting it off at like the neck and the tail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can do a ring, and it's 20 feet high, 20-foot diameter. I think
It fails the dex save, so it takes 5d8 damage.
Oof.
I'm just treating it as a wall of fire because this thing takes
That
damage.
makes sense, yeah.
So wow, that's 30 damage. So this thing lets go of this thing lets go of Dimitri. You are free once more, and it is just unhappy. Like there are, it's kind of this like horrible hissing squeal, and you can just hear the sand falling off of it in clumps.
And this lasts for 10 minutes.
Wow.
Oh.
So should we just like watch? Skitter.
That is a little bit of a masochistic, sadistic tendency for you, Skitman.
I mean, yeah, fair point. I just
No, we must put this abomination out of its misery. That is the only thing that is proper for it.
But it's made out of sand. Is this even a sentient being or a creature or?
So you notice the worm kind of shudder as Skitter wallops it with the hammer straight down. All right, Dimitri, it's your turn.
Smash. Oh.
Well, it's okay. So, make perception checks.
All right.
Let's see. So, Alarin, you notice that there is... Right, Skitter. You notice that there's kind of localized earthquakes-ish? No, you see mounds of sand kind of coming your way.
Oh god.
Mounds
no.
of sand?
Yeah.
As in other worms?
Yeah, maybe. Because, more or less, on this thing's turn, it is... Okay, 1 second.
It's like that movie with Kevin Bacon.
Tremors.
A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time, or on a turn it ends its turn there. I'm trying to figure out, because it is currently inside the wall.
It's been in it.
Yeah. So this thing is going to pull out of the wall, which I guess makes it so it doesn't take damage? Feels kind of odd to me, but that's okay. But yeah, so as this thing pulls away, you notice that, like, there are just whole sections of it missing. This worm has seen much better days. And it is hissing, it is squealing, and it's actually just going to start retreating. So it just starts slithering away.
I hope it's retreating because of the water and not because of what's approaching.
You notice
We will find out.
yeah, you notice it's like actually kind of trying to stay away from the sand. Anyway.
Uh-oh. Is
Good thing that we're not completely surrounded by sand.
So, it is out of combat. We'll keep the turn order for a bit, but you have Yeah, 23 is more than enough. You see 3 more sand piles coming your way. And Alarn, you go first.
3 sand piles?
It would take damage for leaving the wall there? Okay. Feels weird to me. I guess it says, wait, enter the first time... Oh, on a turn. Okay, I just saw first time. Alright, well... Yeah, so it more or less just kind of flops out of the wall of water and then dies on the ground. So it didn't even manage to run away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you have a dead worm. Like, half in, half out of the barrier.
Okay.
So,
Everyone, crawl inside it!
gross! You hear a splash.
It'll smell bad on outside.
Yes, but if it's the only way to hide from what's approaching, I mean... And I'll create a major image, and it's going to be far away.
Is major image, concentration or not?
Oh, well, the wall of water would be gone then, right?
Let me see. Yeah, it is concentration. Man, that sucks.
I mean, do I even need the wall of water anymore?
I mean, Skitter's hiding inside of it.
Oh, he's hiding inside the wall of water? No, I wanted us to hide inside the worm.
Skitter's significantly less convinced of this, and also you smell real bad now.
Okay, no, maybe that isn't a good idea.
Luckily, you have a handy-dandy shower right next to you.
Sploosh, okay.
I know we discussed Find Steed and said that we wouldn't use it. But can I summon a dune worm and we all ride away from here?
Sure. Roll a Find Steed.
What?
It's
Charisma.
Oh crap! It takes 10 minutes to cast. Okay,
well,
never mind.
Okay. I mean, you've got more or less 9 minutes and 54 seconds worth of water wall, so you actually have the time.
But what are we hiding from?
Oh, they're not gonna come near
If
us.
anything,
They're not going to come after you guys in the wall of water. If
All right, I can do the conjuration ritual, and we can escape to safety on Mighty Worm Steed.
okay.
Wait, we're gonna ride one of these things?
So you were
Oh yeah.
okay. Yeah, you were going inside the wall. I was like, are you going to do it outside? Because that's scary. So within the relative
No.
safety, you can't hear them. I'm just gonna go. Well, no, I'll leave this worm corpse here. But you kind of hear a bunch of other worms
Oh no!
ride up, and you can hear them like hissing and skittering, and like they're most definitely like yeah, they're most definitely like kind of communicating. They might even be intelligent. You're not sure.
Oh no!
But they don't sound happy about their deceased companion. However, they also can't get at you. You hear some shrieks as they try, and like for a moment you see a mandible like crest through the water wall, and then it's just like, nope, fuck that, and then it withdraws. So you have 10 minutes and 1 round of combat. Anything else you guys want to do?
I mean, how intelligent are these things?
Poke its brain and find out. I don't know.
You
like-
only have the butt of the worm on your end.
Because I could frighten them with fear, but they have to succeed a wisdom savings throw, drop whatever they're holding, and become frightened. They have to dash away to the safest available route. I mean, I could always scare them away if need be, but we can take our time in here.
And so they're back, and not nearly as dead as everybody probably thought. So, will they make it to the train in one piece, or will those worms manage to get them right before Dimitri summons assistance? I'll find out next time on Dungeons & Dragons: Grave of Man.